Hey, yeah. So, talked about fiber yesterday, and we've talked a lot about fat, which is one of the toughest things for many people to get their heads around when they start dishing their grains and sugar. So, we're just going to go over it a little bit more. Most of those people would agree that olive oil seems to be healthy. Jamie Oliver uses a lot of it, and he says it's good. Fatty fish like salmon, most people agree that that's probably a pretty healthy food. Maybe because it costs so much. It's always a good sign. And what about those fancy margarines that work just like medicine to lower your cholesterol? Those must be good too, right? Okay, I'll just put that one in to see if you're paying attention. We all know those are rubbish, right? No? Okay, I'll have to talk more about those in the next video then maybe. The point I was making though is that most of us have heard that some fat is good for us, as long as it's the right kind, okay? Good fats, bad fats. The bad fats being saturated fat, right? Because everyone knows, see how those words creep in? Everyone knows that saturated fat clogs your arteries. Everyone knows it makes you fat. Everyone knows it gives you a heart attack, right? They say that you should avoid all animal fat to prevent your cholesterol going through the roof. Do you guys even know what cholesterol is? Yet you're spreading some waxy yellow substance made with ingredients you can't even pronounce all over your toast to try and lower that cholesterol. Cholesterol is another video I'm going to be doing, don't worry. But we're off on a tangent, as usual. We were talking about saturated fat, and remember when we talked about good old Ansel Keys and his 7/22 country study that was attempting to prove a relationship between saturated fat and heart disease? Well, I just Googled saturated fat and heart disease, and 8 out of the first 10 links directed me to articles of research that stated the complete opposite. So it looks like the message is starting to get through, which is good. However, your husband and your workmates and your Auntie Ethel, they haven't heard the news yet. So they're going to freak out when they see you cooking with butter and lard, choosing fatty cuts of meat, eating your full fat yogurt, and wrapping everything in bacon. So you need to know what to tell them. Okay. So what does saturated fat actually do? It's a really important substance actually. It's an important ingredient in the formation of nerve and bone tissue. So yeah, ladies, instead of taking calcium supplements, just have a nice piece of sirloin. It has now been proven in a lot of studies that it's actually improving your heart health rather than damaging it, okay? Because it increases HDL, which everyone knows is a good cholesterol. However, it also apparently increases LDL, which is the so-called bad cholesterol, but I'll tell you in the next video why this is actually incorrect. And then it also decreases a lipoprotein, I never know how to pronounce that, that is a contributing factor in heart disease, so it decreases that, which is a good thing. Saturated fat strengthens your immune system, and it's really important in the production of hormones such as vitamin D, testosterone, estrogen. Okay, they all need cholesterol to build those, which requires saturated fat. And hey Einstein, guess what your brain's made of? Fat, and mostly saturated fat. So pretty darn important there. 3 main types of fat. You've got your saturated, you've got your monounsaturated, you've got your polyunsaturated. Don't let the word saturated fool you into picturing your arteries saturated with some kind of disgusting heart-stopping sludge, because it's not like that at all. It simply refers to the carbon chain of the fat having the maximum amount of hydrogen atoms attached to it. So it's just a chemistry term, right? It's not a description. The unsaturated fats are mono and poly, and everyone knows that saturated is bad and mono and poly are good, right? They all say to avoid animal fats because those are the ones that contain saturated fat, and eat plenty of the other fats that are found commonly in your olive oil and your fatty fish and your nuts. Funny thing is that butter and lard, egg yolks, other animal fats are made up of, depending which one, up to about 60% monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fat. So they're not pure saturated fat as a lot of people would sort of make them out to be, or that you would mistakenly think. Okay, so at the end of the day, these animal fats just taste better as well. They're a lot healthier for you than you might have otherwise thought. What you should be avoiding is the processed chemically altered fats such as corn, soy, sunflower, safflower, canola oils, and all the margarines. Okay, they're man-made. They're not very good for us. We want to stick to the natural stuff. We want to stick to the unprocessed stuff. So we'll talk more tomorrow about cholesterol. See you then.